Who are you to not be amazing? Who are you to not go big? We're about to go big with skateboard art. Skate culture has pushed and driven art since it began. Skateboarding is seen as both a sport and an art, and the skateboard itself has proven to be the perfect medium for artistic expression. From the first time I went to the Surf and Turf skate shop in Salem, Virginia back in the 1990s, to getting the California cheapskate catalogs in the mail, flipping through them. Each skate shop is essentially an art gallery, especially once the popsicle deck became standardized, and the decks themselves from the bigs are essentially manufactured under the same umbrella. Your choice of deck essentially comes down to the artwork. And I should preface that while I initially looked at making this to be a top 5 skate deck award, this is impossible. There's just way too much amazing skateboard art over the years to single out just one deck. But what you'll find here is artists producing amazing works consistently for skate companies. So without further ado, let's kick off this video's Big 5 with our Genesis Award. That's right, repping for Santa Cruz, it's Jim Phillips. Phillips is responsible for all those now iconic images we think of with Santa Cruz skateboards. The Santa Cruz text in the dot, that's him. The screaming hand, that's him. The Rob Roscop series, Christian Hossoy's decks, the awesome Jason Jesse series with Neptune, the initial Nodus Panthers deck, Uber 1980s slasher dude design, and more, all Jim Phillips. Coming in with today's Hitchhiker Wars, an artist responsible for the two possibly most encapsulating designs of the 1980s skateboard culture, and just culture in general. The Mark Gonzalez skate deck and the Psycho Stick, both for Vision. Artist Andy Kachajian was contacted by the new Vision skateboard company to design a skateboard. The Gone skateboard is a dark line drawing, pop art style face with a design around it that looks like the Memphis design you might have had on your Trapper Keeper if you were school-aged at the time. These would have been screen printed and in all different styles of colors and combinations. The Psycho Stick, as Kachajian explains, the Psycho guy was based on a real guy who worked at Vision. It's a quintessential 80s loud styling. You can see the influence on corporate marketing and campaigns like Coke's Max Headroom. Coming up with the Serious Award is Vernon Cortland Johnson, also known as VCJ. His work is probably the most highly regarded, influential, most mimicked, and parodied in skateboarding. He's the artist behind Powell Peralta, the Skeletons, the Dragons, the Bones Brigade's decks such as Tony Hawk's, Mike Medill, Ray Barbie, Rodney Mullen, Lance Mountain, Steve Caballero. Johnson's drawings are highly detailed zine style with the use of line work for shading similar to what you find in comic books and woodcuts, which he also produces. Mark McKee takes the Sunday Deluxe today. McKee's work spans both new and old school skateboard design. He started designing decks for Blind in 1990 when the company first got started by the Gons. And Jason Lee, yes, movie star Jason Lee, was among his first writers. McKee's work at first was mostly parody and taking existing characters and putting them on the decks. In the mid-1990s, there started to be an influx of skateboard companies, where in the 80s, there were pretty much just Santa Cruz, Powell Peralta, and Vision. Suddenly, there were many more, mainly started by current pro skaters, half of them created by the Gons himself. So it was harder for skate design to become as renowned in a more crowded room. Initially, the decks themselves started to become more standardized in what was called the popsicle shape. It was also around this time that the vinyl heat transfer started to become the standard for skateboard graphics versus screen printing. As such, skateboard art started moving a little further from those chaotic, highly detailed zine punk style artworks to a bit more cleaned up, vector, logo, consistent styling. And this is where McKee's work becomes more recognizable, and he's the artist responsible for Blind Skateboard's sort of Animaniacs looking Grim Reaper character and the World Industries Flame character. But his decks still go back into that detail of artistry found in early skate art. Rounding out this Big 5 with the Bigfoot prize is Don Pendleton. While Alien Workshop is most widely known for its sort of spectrum, alien, and missing link designs, Pendleton's artwork for the company is uniquely on brand in that it resembles what we might consider sort of alien sequencing, crop circle type Rococo motifs and sort of Bauhaus busyness. He cites Cubist pioneer Picasso as an influence, and that's easy to see when you look at his works. There's usually not just one image in his designs that you can just take in at once, but Pendleton's decks require you to jump from image to image, from panel to panel, that are all connected yet stand by themselves. After Alien Workshop, he moved to Element Skateboards for a stint. And that's big. That's skateboard art. Check out some of these new decks currently coming out now by very talented and amazing artists, and go pick one up for yourself if you like. Grab it, hang it on your wall. It is art after all. Thanks for stopping by. If you like this, give a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.